All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Lots to talk about today, specifically with Xbox and Call of Duty and some other first-person shooters and a new game that looks like it's in development with partnership with Xbox. So we'll get into all of that, but before we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like your daily gaming news content, and also check out my Spotify. Link is in the description below. So we got the major news here, the major announcement for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and if it's coming to Xbox Game Pass. The official answer now is yes. Xbox made their official statement yesterday that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is day one with Xbox Game Pass. There was a new trailer that did come out where you can kind of see the style of game that they are going for. It looks really cool. I really like the theme for this Black Ops game. I can't wait to play this one, and the campaign and everything is kind of really what I'm looking forward to right off of the start of it. Of course, I will play the multiplayer as I do every single year, and I'm just excited now, even more so, that I don't have to worry about purchasing it because it's right there in Xbox Game Pass with my subscription that I've had now for a very long time. It really adds that value to the service itself. This is a huge move by Xbox. The biggest move I think that they have made since any of these acquisitions that they've had is putting this here, because this is the top selling game every single year. And now they're out there saying, we are putting our stamp on Game Pass. They believe in it. They believe that it's going to help grow it, and essentially not going anywhere here by putting Black Ops 6 in there, and hopefully future Call of Duties as well. And hopefully the older Call of Duties will be making their way into the service too, because we've seen a couple of games. We got Diablo, we have Black Ops 6 now from the APK acquisition, but I'm really hoping at the June showcase that we get some more games that are going to jump into the service from the back catalog of stuff that they can just drop in right away. But here is what the release says. As revealed last week, we will have a special Xbox game showcase followed by Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct on June 9th, 2024. And they'll share even more details on what's coming. They say in this all new Call of Duty, get eyes on the first in-depth look at the gameplay in this dark new chapter of the Black Ops series. And they say if you're new to Game Pass, we've got a figurative mountain of games for you to check out and play while waiting for the pre-install button to light up for Black Ops 6. Check out the hundreds of games here, and they go and give you links for more information. So I think this is very smart here by announcing this months in advance of the actual release of the game, and a couple of weeks here in advance of the June 9th showcase, because this will get people pretty hyped to go and see what Xbox Game Pass is all about. And I can already see Call of Duty is so big, it's making waves amongst the casuals and the casual fans that don't really play a bunch of different video games. All they do is play Call of Duty, or maybe they just play one or two games a year. They're not that interested in everything that is out there in the video game industry. But Call of Duty is already making waves, and I can just tell from my own personal friendships and where I live, and people who are on PS5 now talking about Call of Duty and Game Pass and kind of wanting to look further into the service themselves. I've already gotten DMs of questions as to how much does it cost, what's in there, all those types of things from people who just don't follow the gaming industry. But I've heard now that Call of Duty is going into a service called Xbox Game Pass. So this is going to be big. The biggest question out of all of this is how much is going to push subscriptions? Are they going to be able to make their money back and everything? And how much will it hurt the overall sales? And my opinion is Call of Duty is such a major franchise. Even though it's going into Game Pass, I still think it's going to be the top selling game of the year. I mean, we've already seen statistics. 48% of the players on PlayStation are still on the PlayStation 4. And if those players are essentially only playing Call of Duty every year, I feel like a lot of them are still going to end up just buying it on the PlayStation 4. Or maybe some of them will switch over and go buy an Xbox Series S or something and pick up Call of Duty with it, because you could do a lot of marketing with it with the Series S and up to 120 frames per second, which the Call of Duty's games do get on that console. But I still think many people will buy it on PS4. Many people will still buy it on PlayStation 5. And a lot of people will still buy it on Xbox as well. And I still think it'll come out on top as a top selling game. And then it's also on the other end going to push subscriptions. You're going to have new people jumping into the service, checking out Xbox, checking out the ecosystem, checking out what other games are on Xbox Game Pass. So to me, from the very beginning, Call of Duty going into Game Pass was a win-win scenario here for Xbox. And it has been officially confirmed. And I guess you could say the whole media narrative over the last couple of months or month or so, Xbox being dead, I guess it's alive again as Call of Duty is going into the service. So pretty exciting times, and I can't wait to see further in-depth gameplay for what Black Ops 6 is going to be providing to us. Now, there are questions that people still have, like, Does this mean that the price of Game Pass is going to be increasing? And there is no mention of that whatsoever. So as of right now, it's just your Game Pass Ultimate, your PC and console Game Pass, and then you still have your Game Pass Core. And it seems like there's no hints of any sort of price increase. This comes here from Jeff Keighley and Hazard Gaming, who has some screenshots of it. It says, looks like no new tier for Xbox Game Pass for now after adding Call of Duty as a day one title. You can see Jeff Keighley here saying Microsoft has confirmed that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be playable on Xbox and PC for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass, and Xbox Game Pass for console members. So still the exact same tiers of Game Pass that right now they are going with for Call of Duty. Could they at some point between now and the release of this game come out and say, hey, we are going to be increasing the price of Game Pass overall by a couple of dollars? They absolutely could. But honestly, even if they were to do that with Call of Duty going in, and this is seemingly showing that more ABK games are going in day, because if Call of Duty's in there, that's the biggest title that they could take the risk on by putting it into a subscription service. I think everything else, as they've said, is going to be going in there. They could raise the price by a couple of dollars. And I feel like a lot of people are going to look at that and say it's still reasonable for the content that you are getting on the service itself. And obviously, as a consumer, I don't ever want them to raise the price. But if they do, I'll still end up stay subscribed to it when they're dropping in huge games like this. And when it comes to the Battle Royale, it looks like they may be increasing the number of players to 120 users, as Raven Software tweets this at 120 BR. And you go down here into the comments and people are asking, is this meaning that they are going up in the amount of players that are going to be within the game? 120 people. I'm not the biggest BR fan, so I don't really have too much of an opinion on this. When it comes to Battle Royale games, I just haven't really gotten too much into them because I don't like the standing around. Maybe just because I'm bad at them, but I much prefer arena shooters. Maybe this Battle Royale will be one that will get me into it. I was always hoping that Halo would make a BR to see what it'd be like in that universe. And I've tried the Battlefield stuff. I've tried Call of Duty. Haven't really given Fortnite a chance, but I think I will end up trying this one out. Why not? Just to see if it's any good, or if the changes that they make for this Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is one of my favorite universes in Call of Duty, if that keeps me wanting to play. But if you're a Battle Royale fan, 120 people are looking like it's going to be in the next version of Call of Duty. So exciting times here. I mean, this is a complete 180. This is the weirdest thing when it comes to Xbox. One week you have the media saying Xbox is dead. Next week you have the media celebrating everything that they are doing. So we are now on the upswing as we get closer to the June 9th showcase, which I think will be just an absolute awesome showcase with lots of stuff to discuss. And when it comes to some more exciting Xbox news, we do have this here. This one I'm actually very excited for as well. The Rocksteady co-founders, they opened up a studio called 100 Star, and it looks like their first game is going to be partnered with Xbox to create a new AAA game. It says here, Xbox Game Studio seems to be gearing up to get a new AAA game, and it's being developed by a studio created by two co-founders of Rocksteady. And as we know, Rocksteady behind the Arkham series, amazing games. And Rocksteady's recent release with Suicide Squad has not been on the same level as that. They say, according to a new report from Exputer, developer 100 Star and Xbox have reached an agreement on a new single-player action adventure game. With their pedigree, that sounds very good. It's the first game from the studio founded by Rocksteady co-founders Jamie Walker and Sefton Hill. While there isn't much more information known about the game, the report adds that Xbox Game Studios is financing the project. Insider Gaming has yet to independently verify this report. Both Xbox and 100 Star have been reached out for comment, but no response has been received as of publishing. So, of course, if we get more information on this, I will add it to upcoming videos to let you know exactly what is going on. But exciting times. I mean, obviously, Xbox is not dead. No matter how much people want to say it is, we are getting Call of Duty and Game Pass. They're partnering with a brand new studio with a great pedigree from the previous games that Rocksteady has created, and there's just going to be a nonstop flow of content with, as well, all of the first party stuff. Now, again, I wonder if this is a Game Pass game or this is just something they're going to fund and put on, but you would guess if they are funding it, this is something that will come to their entire ecosystem of services. Now, sticking on some more first person shooters on top of Call of Duty, there is Rainbow Six Siege And there is kind of a controversy here. Rainbow Six Siege is adding a $10 monthly subscription announcement. So I don't know why this game has been up for a very long time and they didn't have this. So you would think that they would just kind of continue with what they were doing. Or maybe move on to make a new game if they're trying to get more money out of it. But it says players working through the Rainbow Six Siege achievements will soon be able to dive into Year 9 Season 2's content when it arrives next month. One new addition coming to one of the best Xbox FPS games, which upsets the crowd when it was announced during the Manchester Majors that Rainbow Six Siege R6 membership, a subscription model for unlocking exclusive animated skins and the premium battle pass access. So obviously Rainbow Six Siege, I think, is probably winding down a little bit. Maybe they're on the verge of starting to create a new version of this game. And we just got xDefiant as well, which it's a completely different style of game, but it is a Ubisoft first-person shooter. So maybe they're thinking here we need to find other ways to monetize it to keep it going. And they're adding in a $10 subscription to get just your skins and the premium battle pass and stuff. I'm not sure, as somebody who hasn't gone through the recent battle passes, I'm not sure how much that $10 is worth it or not for this content, but people are obviously not happy with it. And we will see how this affects the reception for the game, especially with so many first-person shooters out there that are now doing well. And with Call of Duty on the horizon, you have xDefiant, that, again, from Ubisoft, they just put out, which is doing extremely well, as we do have this year. They've hit around 8 million unique players in a single week. So we were looking at this game. I've been playing it. I think it's a ton of fun. It isn't exactly like Call of Duty. They have the different classes and stuff and abilities. And I just think overall they've done a great job. There's definitely improvements that need to be added to this game. And I think it will end up being a phenomenal first-person shooter, hoping it will be able to compete with the upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 6 so that it pushes each franchise to continuously be better. But they say here that Insider Gaming has learned that xDefiant has hit just shy of 8 million unique players in its first week of release. At the time of writing, had approximately 7.6 million unique players, and multiple sources expect that number to reach 8 million by the end of the day. And when it comes to some more statistics, they say that they have seen 1 million unique players in the first 2.5 hours of the game. We talked about this last week, making it Ubisoft's fastest title to reach that milestone, which is pretty crazy. And after 48 hours of launch, they had 3 million players. And they're saying here that concurrent player data, arguably the most critical metric, has reached a high of around 700,000 players, which they achieved on May 27th. And I think that will be steadily either going up or hovering around there for a while until people are kind of annoyed of the game. But overall, very excited here to see how this game does progress, and then how it gets compared against Call of Duty Black Ops 6, because those comparisons will be coming up. They are different games. They're definitely different looks and kind of a different aura around both. xDefiant's more colorful and fun. Black Ops 6 is looking more dark and serious. So lots of good first-person shooters that we have to look forward to. And finally, Dragon's Dogma 2. They have hit 3 million copies sold. They put this tweet out here saying, "Thank you to the 3 million Arisen who have embarked on adventures in Dragon's Dogma 2. We are grateful for your current support." A huge return here for Dragon's Dogma, where the first one was kind of more of a niche title, but this is Capcom coming back, releasing something phenomenal in just the organicness of the game. Some of the gameplay clips that we saw on social media when the game first came out, probably some of the best moments we're going to get in gaming this year. And they've done a great job here with continuing to expand this game out, meaning that we're probably going to get some more entries into the Dragon's Dogma series. So if you're a fan of Dragon's Dogma, this is a good number, a good day for you, as 3 million sold, and it will continue to sell as more people jump into the series. But I will end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.